Governor Yahaya Bello queries Ohinoyi of Iberia land over refusal to welcome President Muhammadu Buhari. Hello everyone, welcome to Newsport TV, compliments of the season. Governor Yahaya Bello-led Kogi State government has queried the paramount traditional ruler and Ohinoyi of Iberia land, Dr. Ado Ibrahim, for refusing to welcome President Muhammadu Buhari to the state. President Buhari was on December 29, 2022, in the state to inaugurate some projects built by Governor Yahaya Bello. However, the palace of the Ohinoyi of Iberia land was rocked by a bomb put on the palace on that particular day. About 4 people were deleted by the blast, with some others injured. In a letter to the prominent monarch signed by Emimola Eniola, Director of Chieftaincy Affairs, he was accused of exhibiting deliberate attitude and actions capable of bringing Kogi State and Iberia land in particular to great disrepute. According to the letter, he refused to come out and receive the president at the designated venue rightly approved by Governor Bello. The letter read, "It has been observed with serious concern that you have exhibited deliberate attitude and actions capable of bringing Kogi State and Iberia land in particular to great disrepute. These actions are quite unbecoming of a revered royal father of your status. Specifically, you were aware through many fora of the glorious visit of Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, to Okene on 29th December 2022 to commission landmark projects executed by our dear Governor, His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello, in a flagrant disregard to the persons and high offices of the President and the Governor. You bluntly refuse to come out and receive the President. It might interest you to note that official courtesy demands that when a personality of a president occupying the highest office in the land is visiting or even passing through the state, the governor and top public officers, including topmost traditional rulers, are expected to receive him as a mark of respect for him and the office he occupies. It is on record that in the time past, topmost traditional rulers, including the president, Kogi State Council of Chiefs, do receive the governor of the state on his return from critical missions undertaken on behalf of the state. But you have chosen to disdain the office of the executive governor, and this time you did it with effrontery before the number one citizen of Nigeria. This action of yours is an act of insubordination and disloyalty to the president and Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, the executive governor of Kogi State, and the entire Iberia nation as a whole. It portends great danger to the security of the state and laying bad precedents for traditional institutions of the state. In view of the above, I have been directed to request you to forward a written explanation within 48 hours why disciplinary action should not be taken against you for this act of insubordination and disloyalty. Oral explanations may be required from you when a panel is set up to study your case. It is expected that you would accord priority to the content of this letter, Your Royal Majesty." Now let's take some comments. You people should comment right here. Is it real proper for a first-class traditional ruler to step out of his kingdom to visit a president, or president to visit him in his kingdom? Can Alaafin or Ooni leave his palace to visit Buhari if Buhari happens to visit their state? Can Emir of Kano leave his palace to visit Buhari if he comes to Kano? Another person said, "Is Yahaya Bello in his right senses? Why didn't you and the president show the ruler empathy by visiting him and paying a condolence visit? This is a barbaric query. Bomb blast with 4 people deleted. How about if the traditional ruler had passed on in the blast? Will the visit continue? This is an example of how our leaders value our lives. It's so sad." Another person said, "Rubbish. When president goes to Borno or any other core northern state, does the emir go to meet him or he goes to the palace on courtesy visit? Why is our own different?" Another person said, "Bello should be reminded that Kogi has been very unlucky that it has never been their best citizens who emerge as governors. Please leave our elders alone. Start packing." Another person said, I suspect someone in authority planted the bomb in the palace to create a reason to scare the king from coming out, and then use that as an excuse to ruffle the feathers of the king. Power drunk despots can do anything to destroy their perceived enemies. Another said, where is it stated in our constitution that the traditional ruler must come out to receive a president who is visiting his state? Courtesy demands that it should be the president that should pay homage to the traditional ruler. I used to think that Bello, as a young man, knows what he's doing, not knowing that he's a misfit. Unless I didn't read this right, does the president not know that the police bombed the palace? Does someone whose house is burning pursue rats? Maybe there were issues here that we haven't been told. I was expecting a condolence message from the governor and the president to His Royal Highness instead of a query. Another person said, for threatening our Ohinoyi, Enimola, you will never grow old. If you were your father at his age, would you have allowed him to be subjected to your crazy ideas? Go and plead for forgiveness and say no more. Another person said, you didn't officially write a letter to the emir inviting him to the event. You only said he is aware. If he is aware, the revered king is not a busybody who jumped to events without proper invitation. In any case, it appears you have made up your mind to deal with him, even if he genuinely answered your query, since you have told him to prepare for oral explanation when a panel is set up. But remember, you have a few months to stay in that office. Don't do anything you may regret in future. I was in an almost similar situation. I'm now happy that I played my role with decorum. I advise you to do the same. Another person said, the query from Governor Bello and his government suggests that the bomb incident was plotted. This query is face-saving by Bello and his government, and he should hide his face in shame. About Benin can't go waiting to receive any presidents, but rather they come to his palace. Another commenter said, I beg, laugh won't kill me. So traditional ruler have become civil servants in Nigeria. That's one Yahaya governor can give query. Another person said, no wonder the Ohinoyi said he never delegated anyone to represent him. Fire on the mountain. I love his guts. Highly respected traditional ruler. There is God, though. Somebody else said, traditional seats are permanent seats. The president goes to pay homage to him, and if he, the president, did not do that when he came, it amounts to disregard to the seat of the king. Bello wants to bring problem to himself. Royal fathers are fathers, and you don't query them except on criminal cases. Bello, be careful. You are leaving office anytime from now. Take note. Another person said, person no go ever see enough wonder in Nigeria. Somebody's palace was bombed and about 4 people died in it. And instead of empathy and sympathy visit is being queried for not abandoning the deceased and the wounded and head to wherever to welcome an August visitor. Let's remember there is life after political office. Now, wow. Another person said, this looks like the beginning of the end for Governor Yahaya Bello. I don't think he understands the power of the traditional institution. If he does not retrace his steps on this matter, it may ruin him. The Ohinoyi is not an illiterate or ignorant monarch. Ohinoyi is highly knowledgeable and wields a lot of influence among the Ibira. Another person said, the Ohinoyi Ibira is not the immediate past Ata Igala that did not seem to understand the demands of his position. Buhari was supposed to pay homage to the Ohinoyi. Has the Emir of Daura ever gone out to welcome Buhari? Please, Enimola, stop overheating irrelevant issues and stop embarrassing our monarchs in Kogi State. If you don't call yourself to order, then you shall be called to order very soon. A slap on one monarch in Kogi is a slap on all the monarchs in the state. Apologize quickly. Another person said, traditional royal stool has lost value. The gods are no longer in control. Another said, politicians should please respect traditional rulers. Another commenter said, this Yahaya, I hope when he steps down, he understands that there is life after his tenure. I want to see how free he will be in Kogi State after that. Same thing with the governor of Imo State. It's unfortunate, my maternal and paternal state. Okay, another person said, this reminds of Obafemi Awolowo's legacy on why state governors can question the actions and reactions of Obas. obis, and even emirs in Nigerian constitutional law. Obafemi used this channel to bend Western Nigeria to his will, even if he had to exile a sitting Oba. Why do Nigerians like to emulate the past that is painful to remember? Another person said it is better for him to stay alive and be queried than being bombed off. What he saw lying down, the young cannot see it on top of a tree. Another commenter said, I do not blame anyone here for their silly comments. Governor Yahaya Bello should not allow himself to be pushed into disrespecting the stool of his ancestors. The rift between the two has started a long time ago during the tussle of imamship of the Ebira Central Mosque. Another person said, I hope this will be resolved quickly before it gets out of hand. The position of has been in existence before Nigeria and even the governor. Another person said, what goes up must surely come down. Thank God the Mumu governor said His Royal Majesty at the end of his stupid explanation. So those are just a few comments. There are a lot of other comments that are there, and most of them actually lambasting Governor of Kogi State for having the effrontery to say that to Ohinoyi. As inferred, Ohinoyi is a throne that's been there even before Nigeria was created, the entity Nigeria was created. And the truth of the matter is, if I'm correct, he has celebrated his 92nd birthday some years ago. So this is a man who is close to being 100 years. So peradventure is not able to make it to that occasion, right? Number one, you give the benefit of the age as an individual. You give the benefit of the institution or the throne is sitting on. Number three, the fact that there was a scare that deleted 4 people in his palace is enough reason for even the governor to write a condolence letter or to pay a condolence letter to him, because those 4 people that were deleted are not chickens. They are human beings and family members to some people. And the governor doesn't seem it fit to either go there and pay a condolence visit, because this is a 92-year-old man who had a bomb scare in his palace, right there in his compound. And we saw the video trending online of what happened, the destruction that took place and all of that. And he had the effrontery to write a letter telling him, querying him to explain within 48 hours and give an oral explanation. Are we for real? Is Governor Yahaya Bello for real? There's something that we Africans have, and that is respect to constituted authority, especially to our traditional institution. We are always quick to compare ourselves to the Western world and see how the British, as centuries by century, alluded so much respect and power to the monarchy, to the late Queen of England. That is an example, right? So, and this Kabiesi, Ohinoyi as it's called, is in his 90s as well. So can anybody now tell I don't just get it. I think that, we are losing it very quickly in the name of politicking. Everything we are doing is almost always at the detriment of humanity. When we have leaders who are always concerned about their ruffled feathers and also their bruised ego, without first considering humanity, shows that we have a very long way to go. And people are always saying, Yahaya Bello is one of the youngest. I think he was the youngest, or he's still the youngest governor so far. And people keep asking the questions, we the young people advocating to be given a seat at the table. If you are now given that seat at the table, right, are you continually going to apply youthful exuberance, or you're going to seek wisdom and maturity and humanity? Honestly, this is so sad. And like people said in the comments that I read, that you heard earlier, he has just few months to leave that throne. Just very few months to leave that throne. And if we do not get it right, they say that youth are always lashing out on them on social media. So for the governor to sit and instruct his writer, special advisor on media, whatever, to put this out, then they should get ready for lashing as well, because people are going to come at them, as you've seen in the comment section, to say, how dare you? You didn't condole with him for what happened in his palace. You're now writing one letter of query and stuff like that. When the president goes to his village, does the king of Daura come to meet him and line up and meet him? What is known and should always be known is that a governor or president would, visitors, high-level individuals will always go to the kingdom, right, to go and pay homage. That is us. That is Nigerian. That is African. Or would he tell the Esama of Benin or the Oba of Benin to come and line up and stay somewhere to come and receive the president? Or will he say that to the Oni of Ife, as young as he is, to come and line up somewhere and go and meet? I'm sure they can't even try this thing that he said with Benin people. He can't try it. And the moment we are keeping quiet that, okay, it's not my concern, I'm not from this and this, that is how we are losing all the values in our society. We should give our constituted traditional institution the respect that they deserve. And one more thing I need to also mention is that Governor Yahaya Bello got to that throne with full support, 101% support of the Ohinoyi of Iberia land. Yes, at one point we know that they fell out when Ohinoyi said he doesn't listen to his advice anymore. He doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. So for whatever reason that they fell out, even if such a thing like this happened, I think it is still disrespectful. In fact, highly disrespectful for Yahaya Bello to now write an open query online querying the old Ohinoyi of Iberia land. Guys, in our wokeness, we need to apply sense. Oh yes, we are quick to say, oh, whatever. And if you need something, when he gave you the support, right, you didn't query him. I think he's wrong on the side of age, side of common sense, side of the institution is the Baba is sitting on. And from what all angles, I think he didn't get it right. And I hope Governor Yahaya Bello will be able to do the needful and stop this ping-ponging. Common sense is not common. And we need, if he can address a 90-something-year-old man like that openly for what is not at all, then of course, online people are going to lash out at him, and history will always remember this he has done. To every sensible Nigerian, we are paying a condolence message to the Ohinoyi for the 4 people that passed on due to the bomb issue in his palace. May their soul rest in peace. And honestly, we just need to get it right. We don't value human lives anymore. Anything that we are doing that will affect someone's health, someone's life, and we are not taking it seriously first before any other thing, then we still have a very long way to go, like I said. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining. We hope you stay. I believe in Nigeria. I believe Nigeria will work again. The ability to make it work rests on us all. And we should always have respect for our traditional rulers and institutions. What's your opinion on this? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Bye for now.